Hey folks, this is Jake Davis with not really a top 5 video for you today, but I'm in the midst of my week-long series covering my favorite films of 2025, and since my 4th of 7 videos, let's get a proper hump day out of it. These are going to be my more miscellaneous categories. I've already covered my best director, supporting actor, and supporting actress winners. My best supporting actor winner was Julian McMahon for The Surfer. And my best director and supporting actress both went to Weapons. I have 11, just like I said, miscellaneous. So I have 11 categories here. I'm going to tell you what I nominated, and I'm going to tell you what I gave it to. So 11. Let's run through them as fast as we can. In addition to director and supporting actress, I'm giving Weapons Best Original Screenplay and Best Film Editing. For screenplay, my nominees were After the Hunt, Black Bag, Blue Moon, and K-Pop Demon Hunters. 2 seconds. Kids. Yeah. My nominees for film editing were Begonia, The Life of Chuck, Wake Up Dead Man, and Warfare. Weapons was an amazing motion picture. Just really haunting, and just everything had its own life and its own breath, each of the segments. And there's so many little, like, the drunken haze state of Paul's patrol sequence that ends with him, assaulting James. Archer's dream sequence, the constant sense of paranoia that we have every time we follow Justine, and then of course there's everything with Gladys, her presence constantly appearing sprinkled. You sense her, you feel her, she's there long before you ever see her. And the script and editing all really helped make this movie work so well. The script was written by Zach Krager, and the film editor for this movie was Joe Murphy. I tried to do this. I hadn't done that before with this. Tried to actually sit down who are the people that I would give the awards to specifically in these categories. So I'm going to try to do that with this one. Frankenstein, I give 2 awards as well too: art direction and makeup. I was disappointed with Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. I thought it was. I was hoping, really looking forward to, fingers crossed, that this was going to be the ultimate cinematic version of Frankenstein. But it really just seemed to be Guillermo, Billy Dell, doing his thing again. Movie seemed, I guess, it felt too comfortable. I'd seen all this from this director, and I've seen this take on Frankenstein. I wanted the book, So it was the most disappointing movie of the year for me, but that doesn't mean I disliked it. I enjoyed the movie very much. The art director, production designer for this film was Tamara Devell, and the makeup artist was Mike Hill. Mike Hill, very, very much so, might be looking at an Oscar because his work for The Monster was perfect, frankly. My nominees here for art direction would be Blue Moon, The Fantastic Four, First Steps, The Phoenician Scheme, and Wicked for Good. And my nominees for best makeup would be Sinners, Superman, Weapons, and Wicked for Good. As you see, Frankenstein didn't have really any competition. For best sound, I'm giving it to F1, the movie, or please just let me call it Formula One. The sound producers behind this, or cutters, or sound designers behind this movie, were Al Nelson and Gwendolyn Yates Whittle, with my nominees being K-Pop Demon Hunters, Sisu, Road to Revenge, Warfare, and Weapons. Now, these kind of movies, just like war films, always lend themselves so well. Race car movies, just the sounds, the engines, the crowds. There's a lot to do there. Then plus the natural elements and atmosphere of your characters and the scenes, how to play the quieter moments. There's a lot of meat for a sound team with a movie like this. They're always favorites to win something like that. For best visual effects, I'm giving it to the Fantastic Four: First Steps. Galactus was just an achievement. The shot of him jumping off his chair into the bay, just stepping up on Central Park, grabbing a big old lantern. Oh man, warrior shit, man. That was so cool. So cool. And, I'm not going to say it was well worth the wait, because I saw Rise of the Silver Surfer in the theaters twice for some reason. I enjoyed it, but boy, was I wanted Galactus, man. And like, what was that? Ultimate Alliance? That game had like just came out around the same time or shortly before. That's what I wanted, and we finally got that with this movie. And yeah, I'm a sucker for. I was about to say I'm a sucker for a giant monster. But yeah, hell yeah, fuck it. For a good kaiju scene. My nominee, the visual effects supervisor for this was Scott Stoktic, and my nominees would be Final Destination, Bloodlines, Jurassic World, Rebirth, Mission Impossible, The Final Destination, The Final Reckoning, and Superman. Okay. The only movie I genuinely, truly did not like that I'm giving an award to is Sinners. But it's costume design, and of course it is, because it's Ruth E. Carter. She's been behind the costume. She's done the costume. She's already got an Oscar for Black Panther, well-deserved one, but she did the costumes for Do the Right Thing, Amistad, Malcolm X, Crooklyn, pretty much all your favorite black people movies over the last 40 years, she did the costumes before. And yes, the costumes are phenomenal in this movie. The best thing about the movie is along with the music. The thing I always say about good costumes is the costume has to say something about the character. The most obvious and easiest one I've always used as an example is Luke Skywalker in the original Star Wars: A New Hope. His rags. It's rags. It's an iconic suit. Yeah, but it's rags. They're stained. They're old. They're heavy. They don't. He's not fit into them. They're clearly hand-me-down. They're clearly old. And they're clearly stuff that's been tattered and sewn and put back together over and over again. It says a lot about Luke as a character. And this is what the same mindset, the costumes in this movie. From smoke and stacks, fine, nice threads, but both have their own individual styles. Most notably, can tell apart with a hat. With their hats. The pea cap and the fedora are very, very specific styles that have their own personalities to them individually. And yeah, it plays into their characters. The big guy with the overalls, love his costume. Remick, the villain, his costumes look like he literally got him off the last guy he killed. Lots of good costumes, and there's the ladies' costumes, all those sexy, jazz era, slinky dresses on several of the actresses. Just the costumes are amazing in Sinners. The film itself, I thought, was obnoxious. Drop down here. I guess I'm about done here already. Damn. Oh, with my phone. I had to use a list for this. I mean, because I wanted to get the names for folks here. Did I go? Oh, I didn't say my nominees. Like I said, Ruth E. Carter did Sinners costumes, but my nominees would be Blue Moon, The Fantastic Four, First Steps, The Phoenician Scheme, and Wicked for Good. Begonia, an amazing dark comedy starring Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. I'm giving 3 awards. I'm giving it Best Adapted Screenplay, Original Score, and Cinematography. Adapted Screenplay based on a Korean dark comedy from the early 2000s with the same premise. This adaptation by Will Tracy is phenomenal, darkly hysterical, and brilliant. Jurgen Findrit's score is just a love letter to the old epic melodramatic scores by like Bernard Herrmann and Elmer Bernstein and Jerry Goldsmith. It's a great score for this movie, and it's haunting, stark, unsettling photography by Irish photographer Robbie Ryan. This, the sense of yellow is always there, always to give the film a constant hint and unease, an element of madness to it, just this dark mental sickness that surrounds the whole film. Great work. My nominees in these categories would be Cinematography, One Battle After the Other, Sinners, The Surfer, and Weapons. Original Score, Frankenstein, K-Pop Demon Hunters, The Surfer, and Weapons. And Adapted Screenplay, Caught Stealing, The Life of Chuck, Nuremberg, and The Smashing Machines. Smashing Machine as my only nomination for one battle after the other. I did not like that film, not even a little bit, but it did look nice. And finally, final category would be Best Original Song. Now, here are the nominees. The runners-up. The guys didn't win. Drive by Ed Sheeran from Formula One, F1 the movie. The Girl in the Bubble by... forgetting who wrote the music for Wicked now. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. But it matters, but I should have remembered that before I started the video. I did all this other research. Ariana Grande performs The Girl in the Bubble from Wicked for Good. I Lied to You from Sinners. And Shakira's Zoo from Zootopia 2. My daughter's been playing the shit out of that song. But the truth is, this was always going to go to one movie. That's K-Pop Demon Hunters. So I gave my eldest, Annie, 3 choices. Which one of these should win? And she chose, so your winner is Soda Pop. Now, I gave her between that, Golden, and Free. And she chose Soda Pop. Now, I want to point out that I also do think Soda Pop is a clever song. It's written by K-pop musicians Vince Kush and Danny Chung. It's presented as a super bubblegum, very obnoxious love song, but the lyrics are there. They're telling you what they are, what they're doing, and what they're after. And even more so, the song itself, it gets so popular, it's so cheerful, it's so sweet and contagious, and such a short-lived feel-good moment, but it's decaying and rotting the people who are listening to it, like Soda Pop. That's cute. That's just cute. I'm sorry. It's clever. I enjoy that kind of little stuff. But yeah, I think if there's any justice in the world, Golden's gonna win the Oscar for K-Pop Demon Hunters. This was a very delightful film, a truly one-of-a-kind film. I mean, I've seen films like... Weapons, there's nothing quite like Weapons. I've never seen anything quite like Begonia. But I've never seen anything like K-Pop Demon Hunters. It is a wildly original, fiercely confident, and very, very fun film. Yeah. Got through those. Did I name everything? Did I get through it? Did I do it? Yeah. I did a good thing. I'm Jake Davis. I got 3 more for these. Come back tomorrow, but I'm taking a break now. I'm going to chill. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.